In an antique store, a kid finds all kinds of strange Chinese treasures. While looking around while no one is helping him, he touches a thing or two. That's when he accidentally breaks a knight's armor and almost 3 cups of tea in the process. Luckily, the owner, Jackie, catches out of the air just in time. He now put everything back in place with a single kick. The kid is impressed, but Jackie doesn't want anything to do with him. Seeing that the little kid doesn't have a friend, he invites him to join him. He shows him around and assures the kid that everything in his store is real, including the cat. The kid then shows his Lego toy. Jackie sees that the kid really likes it, so he compliments it, saying it looks like a noble warrior. The toy was old and damaged, so Jackie, with a quick trick, restored it and gave it weapons and a ninja outfit. Jackie then showed the kid a little box, inside of which there was another Lego. This one is a little old, but is made completely out of wood. Jackie assures that his toy will be the master of the kid's toy, and then he asks if he ever heard the legend of the Ninjago. As the kid answers no, Jackie then explains that he needs to focus and forget everything about the world. He begins telling about a little boy named Lloyd, and the rivalry with his dad. As his father was evil and always planned ways to destroy the city. Through the news, we learn that Garmadon is the name of the evil father and that a special ninja force teams up to always defeat him. The abilities and colors of all the ninjas vary, but there is a special one who no one knows anything about, the Green Ninja. Now Lloyd wakes up with a call from his father. He apparently forgot it was his birthday that day and didn't even try to hide it. Lloyd tries to talk her mom out of going to school that day, but she refuses as she believes it would be a great day for him. On the streets, on the bus and in school, everybody is scared of Lloyd as they fear his father, who attacks the city on a daily basis. Luckily, he has Zane, one of his oldest friends. Then they come across Kai and they hug as a birthday present. Later, Naya shows up on a motorcycle. After they salute each other, people on the beach start noticing a small dot in the distance, when Garmadon's attack starts. He first sends a bunch of small airplanes and a field force led by crab people. They raid the police stations and the TV stations, leaving everyone without communication. Back at the school, once they hear about the attack of Garmadon, the whole group of friends of Lloyd run off to the bathroom, but actually they were getting ready to switch to their Ninjago suits and mechs. Now in their suit, the ninja team starts to clean up the city. Once they finish off all the minor level enemies, they head to Garmadon. Lloyd then shoots him with every rocket he has, but they don't do anything as Garmadon upgraded all of his shields and they are impenetrable. But since Garmadon doesn't have any more plans for the day, he retreats but assures Lloyd that he will return with even bigger plans. Garmadon doesn't know that Lloyd is the Green Ninja, no one knows. He tries to cover his identity so people will still love him as the Green Ninja. Back at his headquarters in the middle of a volcano, Garmadon yells at all of his generals as he thinks they don't do a good job, and that is why they are failing at conquering Ninjago. All the generals come up with ideas for Garmadon, but he doesn't like any of them and ends up throwing a lot of his generals away from the volcano. Finally, the lab scientists seem to find an answer that Garmadon liked. Back in the city, every one of the ninjas tries to comfort Lloyd as they believe he feels bad for fighting against his dad once again. That is when their master appears, Master Wu, who has been on a long journey of self-discovery. He then explains that while they are doing a good job at defending the city, they are not defeating Garmadon. They grow too cocky and they just leave him to come back every time. They have to use his abilities to new extents in order to achieve that. While everyone is happy with the powers they were born with, Lloyd is not, as his only power is green. He doesn't understand it and wants Master Wu to change it, but he refuses, as denying his true nature could be really harmful to Lloyd. We learn that Lloyd is Master Wu's nephew and part of the reason why he doesn't want Lloyd to just destroy his father. Master Wu has a huge arsenal of weapons, but he wants Lloyd to find a better way to achieve his goal. One of these weapons is the ultimate weapon. Master Wu assures that while the weapon is the most powerful of all Ninjago, in the wrong hands it could mean the destruction of everything. Lastly, Master Wu explains that he needs to walk this road alone, as he doesn't have any more knowledge that he can pass on to his nephew. Lloyd is scared but accepts the challenge and leaves the ninjas. Back at his home, his mother was freaking out as he disappeared all day and the police were scared that he might have joined forces with his father. The very next day, Garmadon attacks the city once again, repeating the same steps as the day before. But this time with a huge shark-themed mech. Once the ninjas leave their quarters, Master Wu is left alone and is attacked by the generals of Garmadon. Lloyd tries to directly attack Garmadon, but his new mech is too strong. Garmadon just grabs him and throws him out of combat. In the meantime, everyone is getting swarmed by Garmadon generals. As a last resort, Lloyd takes advantage of Master Wu, as he is distracted by the generals, and steals the Ultima weapon. He used to point a laser toward Garmadon, but this didn't eliminate him. He tries to fix it and in the process points it at the city, on the site where a huge Real cat appears and starts destroying everything in his path to the laser. As Lloyd is distracted, Garmadon calls for his generals and they take the laser out of his hands. Once Garmadon gets the Ultima weapon, he uses it to point the cat towards the rest of the ninjas. One by one, they start to fall to the huge cat's power. Once victorious, Garmadon brags in front of the green ninja. When Lloyd has had enough, he shows Garmadon that he is in fact his son. Using the confusion, Lloyd escapes and destroys the ultimate weapon. Garmadon throws her volcano in the center of the biggest tower of the city and starts to throw a party. But he can't stop thinking about his son. He wants his generals to find him, but they searched the whole city and there is no sign of them. They only found his ex as she went to the party to yell at Garmadon and ask him to stop this madness. Now on the ground, Lloyd only finds the destroyed mechs of his friends and the boat of Master Wu destroyed. In the quarters he finds his friend, but they are really mad at him for being so irresponsible and using the ultimate weapon. That's when Master Wu appears and tells them what they need to do is to find the ultimate weapon, the only thing that can drive away the huge cat that is terrorizing the city. The weapon is on the other side of the island, in a place where only true ninjas can find it. From the deadly jungle of lost souls to the bridge of fallen mentors, the path is plagued with the danger that only true masters can pass. Master Wu believes they are not ready for the test, but there's nothing they can do as the city needs them right now. As he ends up not trusting anyone, he attempts to do this journey alone, and starts to leave his students. As the city still needs someone looking out, the rest of the team stays, but Lloyd and Master Wu start the journey. Finally, Master Wu lets everyone go as they are gonna need all the help they can get. Garmadon's surveillance systems quickly catch the ninjas and he wants to catch them himself, so he plans to follow them to the ultimate weapon. The team of ninjas run around the jungle for quite a while until they encounter Garmadon disguised as a snake. As Master Wu senses that the ninjas are not ready yet to face him, he decides to fight alone. The two fight until they reach a bridge. Garmadon almost falls from the bridge, but manages to grab Master Wu's beard. In a flash, Master Wu grabs a bunch of bamboo trees and builds a cage for Garmadon, but Garmadon had a trick up his sleeve and managed to almost destroy Wu with a deadly poisonous butterfly. Wu falls from the bridge. The ninja thinks he is gone, but he manages to swim up and talk to them. 1 minute later, the currents are too strong and he is taken by them. Garmadon then tries to make a deal with the ninjas in order for them to let him go. But Lloyd doesn't trust him, but since he is their only option for survival, they take him with them. They take the cage and talk to him about his past and his relationship with Lloyd. While Lloyd doesn't want to know anything about him, the group really likes to get to know him. The group then encounters a cross path and needs to decide which way to go. One is the right path and the other is called the shortcut, which is described as a possible skeleton graveyard. Garmadon wants them to take the shortcut and while Lloyd doesn't want to listen to him, the team decides to take the shortcut. Once they reach the skeleton graveyard, they encounter the former #1 general of Garmadon, who is pissed at him for throwing them out of the volcano base. The ninjas then start attacking the general, but they are too many and they get captured by them. As revenge, the generals want to throw Garmadon and Lloyd into an exact copy of his volcano base. The rest of the ninjas manage to escape, and start planning how to rescue Lloyd. They begin by watching a bunch of ninja movies that Zane had on his hard drive. Using their newfound powers and bond with the elements they represent, they manage to take down some of the guards and take their costumes. Now blending in as one of the generals, they reach Lloyd and take them out of their cage. They start throwing pieces into a small car that they are building but Lloyd doesn't know how to throw, so Garmadon starts to teach him and together now they manage to escape. While Lloyd was throwing stuff into the car, a general punched him and he fell. Once on the ground, they noticed that he is missing an arm. After a lot of searching, Garmadon finds his son's arm and puts it back in its place. They transform the car into a small helicopter and escape. In the air, Garmadon and Lloyd talk about how to drive since now Garmadon likes to teach his son. But they don't pay attention to the round and in a second they hit a goat, and the helicopter goes down. On the ground, they find a temple, which happens to be Garmadon's childhood home. Garmadon finds a key under the rug and manages to open the main door. They have a bunch of pictures of Garmadon and Master Wu's childhood and even a picture of Garmadon and Lady Iron Dragon, Lloyd's mom. Lloyd didn't know his mother was a ninja, so Garmadon tells him her story. The two of them fell in love during a battle, but the mother didn't want Lloyd to also become evil, so she left Garmadon. He regrets not changing and leaving his son and wife. The team then finds the ultimate weapons. Each of them is a weapon for a specific element and all of them get one, but Lloyd is disappointed at the one for him as it is only a leaf. They now are going back to Ninjago, but Garmadon wants Lloyd to become his new general #1. but doesn't want to turn to evil and with his team of ninjas, try to get Garmadon to change, but he refuses and steals the ultimate weapons and flies in the helicopters. The lift of the chopper crashed into the temple, and it's now going to collapse. As the temple starts to destroy, Lloyd figures it out and now understands that the real power of each element is inside everyone on the team. With the power to create the elements and control them, they escape the temple with the help of Master Wu, who returns to his boat, now upgraded to fly. Now back in the city, the people are being evacuated since the cat is destroying everything. The generals of Garmadon chase the team of ninjas, but they manage to hide and start to beat the generals away. On the other side of town, Garmadon is trying to use the ultimate weapons to beat the cat, but they don't work on him, only on its true masters of the elements. The cat eats Garmadon and Lloyd runs to help him, revealing to the whole city that he is, in fact, the Green Ninja. Everybody wants to just get rid of the cat and leave Garmadon to eternal sleep, but Lloyd refuses. He walks to the cat and talks to him, but in reality, he was talking to his dad, explaining that he misses him and that he forgives him for leaving. Garmadon cries and his tears are of fire, so the cat throws up and leaves him away. The family is now reunited and they all hug, except Garmadon, since his mother still doesn't like him, but she forgives him. Together they started a school of ninjas for the generals of Garmadon and they live happily as a family. Back at the store of Jackie, he explains to the little boy the values necessary to become a ninja, and he assures that he will train him to be one too.